Sacramento, California.
Okay. My name's Goss for HTC-Highroad, and we're in Sacramento today in the finish of the second stage of Tour of California.
Hi, Chris.
Ted King, Team Liquigas, Cannondale, Tour of California, post stage 2, 2011, Sacramento.
This is my third year racing Tour of California.
No, this is my first attempt at the Tour of California, and you know, yesterday's stage was not really the start we're hoping for, but today was, you know, a step in the right direction.
Yes, I have. This marks my 4th Tour of California with mixed results. Priority Health once upon a time, Bissell once upon a time, Cervelo once upon a time, broken arm on that particular time. And now I'm back with Goss, Cannondale.
Yeah, the route today was about as easy as they come. It was downhill for the first 40 miles and then flat for the last 60 or whatever, 40.
Today's course profile wasn't that tough, to be honest. You know, it's mostly downhill from the start, although that first 2 kilometres uphill certainly opened the lungs up after not riding yesterday and then getting straight into it today. So the course wasn't too bad in the end, and a little bit wet in the final, but you know, that didn't cause too much havoc.
Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, I give it about a 3. It was plenty intense, but you know, the nature of the shortening of the course because of the weather, you know, a 3-hour race is a 3-hour race. It's not terribly hard, so everybody's still fresh at the end. Yeah, flat, not many climbs. I mean, straight out of the gate, we went up a nice 2K kicker, but no, easy day.
I think the stage, if we'd run it full length, probably would have come down to a field sprint. Maybe it gave people fresher legs, so they were willing to take bigger risks there at the finish. But yeah, it was bound to be a field sprint.
I guess a shorter stage, you've got to be a little bit more careful of how much time you give a breakaway, and today we probably gave the breakaway a little bit too much time and made a little bit of stress for the riders and for the bunch, but you know, we caught them back in time, and you know, we had a nice finish.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, yes and no. Yeah, change things, you know, in that we're not doing a 5-6 hour day, but you know, if you look at the profile from the course today, we were going up over a climb, and from there was 200K flat, or downhill. So I think the end result probably would have been the same, maybe a few more tired legs, but for the most part it was same operating procedure.
Yeah, we kind of had one goal for today. It was just to bring it all together for a field sprint. We have Robert Forrester, who's going really well right now. He just won a stage in Spain last week, so we were just looking after him all day. He ended up, I don't know, officially 11th or 12th. It was kind of a gamble there at the end. I don't know if the sprint was a little crazy because so many guys had fresh legs and it was kind of chaotic. So we'll give it, tomorrow's a little longer stage. It suits him better, so we'll go for it again.
Yeah, the team raced well. You know, we had the guys control it pretty well from as soon as the breakaway went, and in the finish, Bernie and Lee really looked after me into the final kilometre pretty much, and Lee did a great job. You know, I had a little bit of hesitation, and I followed someone else in the finish, which maybe was not such a good thing, maybe was a good thing, you know, we don't really know, but you know, we're still learning and riding together, and we'll try and put that into practice the next few days.
It played out as planned. The strategy was to look out primarily for Peter Sagan, knowing that I was going to come down for a sprint. You know, we look at the end result, came in second in a fairly, I mean, chaotic sprint. A lot of these Pro Tour teams aren't used to finishing circuits like that in criterium style race, but c'est la vie. And then at the same time also looking out for Cameron. Right now he's our GC guy. You know, basically just shelter him, ride together. Did a good work there, and yeah, second on the stage. We're definitely happy.
And
Michael goals are for the rest of the week. I'm just taking care of Rory and Robert. Pretty selfless goals. So if I'm there, to help them at the end of every stage, that's going to be a good tour for me.
Well, for the rest of the week, to step up a little bit more, I guess, and trying to get a win. That's what I came here to do, and I'd love to come away from the Tour of California with a win on the resume. And it's quite an important race for the team, and it's an important race for me to test the form and see how I've come back after a break from racing. So I'd really like to get a stage win here. That's the ultimate goal.
More of the same. We're looking out for Peter. Obviously, had an amazing tour last year. I want to back that up and make sure it wasn't. Prove that he is the rider that he has shown to be. So tomorrow's another stage that really could suit him. I think it's gonna be wet and a little bit wild. So 200K, perfect for him. Same sort of thing. Shelter Cameron, keep him out of the wind, keep him out of the scruff. And the next day, Highroad. That's going to be definitely the first GC battle. So keep them fresh, keep them ready.
And you get to start in your hometown tomorrow?
I do, yeah. I get to start in Amgen tomorrow. Stage 3. We've been talking about it for 12 months. Everyone from the old couple next door to the person who bags your groceries knows about the Amgen coming to town. They have no idea that I'm a cyclist, but they're all really excited about it. So I'm excited. They put a lot of effort into it, and it's going to be good. That'll be the first real proper stage for this year's tour.
What's your impression of the race so far?
Yeah, today, it's been a bit of a bumpy road, I guess, for the first couple of days with, not really knowing what's happening, not knowing whether the stages are going ahead or stopping. But today, once we got on the road, the racing was good, and the crowds were incredible, actually. The whole stage was lined with people, and they were really getting into it, so it was a great atmosphere.
Solid. Anything else you want to say to the Road Magazine crowd?
Cannondale Super 6 Evo, sickest bike I've ever ridden.